8th grade. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are finding ways to just bring joy into your life and happiness, and you're able to get all your work done and understanding all of it, and just, yeah. Despite everything, I hope things are going well for you and just whoever else decides to watch this video. Okay, today we are in Proverbs 6, but we're going to start with prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your goodness. I thank you that you're going to bring us through this. Despite what the news says and just all the different information we have coming at us, and just the struggles and things, Lord, I just thank you that you are in control. You are God, and that you are going to get us through this, Lord. I just pray that you would help us to find encouragement in your word today, and that the words that I speak and everything that comes out of my mouth may be pleasing to you, Lord. For all these things in your name. Amen. Okay, Proverbs 6. Warning against folly. Okay, let's find out what this means. Warning against folly. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have struck hands and pledged for another, if you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth, then do this, my son, to free yourself. Since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands, go and humble yourself. Press your plea with your neighbor. If you have gotten yourself in a situation with a person, go to that person, confront them and say, hey, I shouldn't have done that. I should have watched my actions. I should have done something differently. Don't just sit back and say it'll go away. Go and try to take care of it. Go and try to mend the relationship. Or go and sit there and say, I'm sorry, I know I said I could do this, but I don't have the means to do this. Be honest. And be humble. Because you've gotten yourself in a situation. You can't sit there and be like, oh, it's all about me, and be all stuck up about it. Like, you've got to be nice about it. Okay. Verse 4. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. Get out of the situation. Don't sleep until it's taken care of. Now, if it happens late in the evening, I understand, like, yeah, you're going to need to sleep. But it's mainly meaning don't let it just drag on and drag on and drag on and then decide, like, oh, I'll just take care of it someday. No. If there's an issue, there's something that needs to be taken care of, take care of it as soon as possible. Verse 6. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provision in summer and gathers its food at harvest. An ant, they are so small, and we think of them as so insignificant, but they work hard all their life, and it's saying, go, look at them, follow their example. Verse 9. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man. Right now, in this situation, and the difficulties and challenges we face, it's easy to be a sluggard. It's easy to be lazy. I found myself caught in that today. I was like, I'm so tired. I just don't have the energy. it took me, like, I got up, I got showered, and met with you guys this morning. But it took me a really, really hard time to sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to get off the bed and I'm going to go do something. And I got outside and they were done playing. You know, so be careful. Don't let the sleep, don't let the laziness overtake you. I know this says, you know, go out and work, like, but just go out and do something. Be productive in some way, whether that's getting all your homework done and not waiting until the last minute, or whether that's reading a book, watching a documentary. Do something that's good for you and others if you can. A scoundrel and villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart. He always stirs up dissension. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. So those that go and do bad things, those that go and say bad things, destruction, like their time will come and they will be done. It's coming for them. Okay, verse 16. There are 6 things the Lord hates. 7 are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deceives, wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a man who stirs up dissension among brothers. So, eyes that are looking at things that they shouldn't, eyes that are focused on things that they shouldn't, a lying tongue, hands that go out and do evil, that hurt other people, a heart thinking of evil things that you can do, feet that are quick to go and do evil things, somebody that says false things about other people, and a man that, or a person that purposefully causes conflict between people. These are things that the Lord hates, that he does not like. Okay, now we're going to look at warning against adultery. And I know we've looked at this before, but it's a big one. It's important, so that's probably why it's mentioned again. Verse 20. My son, keep your father's commands. Do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them upon your heart forever. Fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, you will speak. When you wake, they will speak to you. For these commands are a lamp. This teaching is a light. And the corrections of discipline are the way of life, keeping you from the immoral woman, from the smooth talk of the wayward wife. So listen to the warnings, listen to the guidance and direction. They are going to keep you away from people that want you to do things that are not good. Whether that's somebody down the road that decides that they are just gonna not focus on just their husband or not just focus on their wife, listening to God's word, listening to the guidance and teaching of your parents or your teachers, like that will protect you from that. from those people that are not keeping to themselves. Verse 25. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. For the prostitute produces you a loaf of bread, and the adulterer preys upon your very life. Oh, the prostitute reduces you to a loaf of bread. Like you go out and you're just like, oh, I'm going to hang out with this person, and I'm going to, give myself to this person. I'm going to give myself to that person. You will become nothing if you decide to just give yourself, I'll give myself to that person. Oh, I'll give myself to that. Like, you're just a piece of bread. Like, you don't mean anything to these people. And you're very insignificant, and you'll become less and less if you choose to continue to give yourself to them. Okay. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Like, are you going to get out of this situation without being hurt? No. You're going to get hurt. Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? No. Again, you do these evil, bad things, you're going to get hurt. So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. And I know this is man, but this is both ways. When you get old enough that when you're dating, if you choose to have relations or sex, if you choose to have sex with that person that you're dating, they're not your husband. They're not your wife. You are gonna be hurt. You're gonna be punished because you're doing that to somebody else's spouse. There's going to be a consequence. And to think that there's not is silly. Even, I know I've said this before, even if the consequence is just, okay, you get married and you go to spend time with that spouse, either husband or wife or whatever, you're going to be thinking about those other relationships. And if you had chosen in the past to have relations with other people, you go and have relations with your husband or your wife, you're going to be thinking about those other people, and that's going to damage your marriage. That's going to damage the relationship. And it will take a very, very long time for it to be healed, if it's ever healed completely. So just something to think about. Don't just give yourself to whoever. And I would go even as far to sit there and say, even in relationships, protect yourself. Like, you don't want to, like, kiss a boy on the first date or kiss a girl on the first date. Like, that should be something that's saved. That should be something that's protected. And I'm not saying until marriage, but get to know them before you, go that direction. Okay, verse 30. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it cost him all the wealth of his house. So that's saying if somebody's hungry and they steal, don't get mad at them because they're stealing because they're hungry. But if they're caught, they will have to pay the price, and it's going to cost them more than what they had before, so they shouldn't do it. Verse 32. But a man who commits adultery lacks judgment. Whoever does so destroys himself. So, at first we were talking about stealing. And just, I guess, stuff in general. But now we're talking about a man who commits adultery. He lacks judgment. You're destroying yourself when you commit adultery. It's a sin that's not only just the heart or the mind, it can affect the body, it can affect other people. It just destroys so much. It's got big consequences, and that's what this is saying. Verse 33. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. So see, this is saying, like, once you've committed adultery, once you've done that evil act, like, it's going to follow you. And once, like, a person gets married, and then they find out that they're not their first, or that somebody else has already, slept with their spouse, like, there's gonna be that anger, there's gonna be that hurt. And the person that committed adultery with them, like, they better hope that they're not found, because it's just bad. He will show no mercy when he takes revenge. Like, you commit adultery with somebody, don't think you're gonna get away with it. 35. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse the bribe, however great it is. Like, you can't buy your way out of an awful situation and just hope that it's gonna go away. The main thing is, whatever your actions are, whatever your choices are, think. Because if you don't, like, your choices, your actions, they could be affecting other people down the road. You do not want to be the reason that somebody has regrets. Or you do not want to be the reason that there's conflict in a marriage. You don't want to be the outsider that's causing that conflict. So just watch your actions. Think before you choose to do something. And I would encourage you to have an accountability partner. Have somebody that, you can talk to and is going to sit there and say, hey, are you making good choices? Are you doing what's right? Because there's going to be a lot of people out there in the world that are going to say, hey, come do this. Hey, come do that. And it's not going to be the right thing. It's not going to be a good thing. So it's good to have those around us that are guiding us and directing us in the right path. So that's it for today. Have a great day. Bye. God bless.